Revelation of the Bible's biggest financial secret. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by debt without seeing a way out? The Bible holds the biggest secret about money that can transform your life today. Imagine, God wants to pay off your debts and bring financial freedom. Don't ignore this powerful message. It could be what you need to turn the tide and experience the prosperity you've always dreamed of. Are you ready to never run out of money again? Yes, you heard right. Today I'm going to share with you the most powerful verse in the Bible to attract more money into your life. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change everything for you. We're talking about something big today, money. But this isn't just ordinary financial advice. Let's dive into what the Bible actually says about this. And believe me, there is more wisdom in these pages than you can imagine. In the golden years, when prosperity seemed like an infinite horizon, there was an atmosphere of carelessness. People walked through the streets lit by dreams of consumption, eager to enjoy every moment as if tomorrow were a guaranteed certainty. Luxurious cars paraded down the avenues, exotic trips were planned without hesitation, and store windows glittered with the whims of a life without limits. Laughter was easy, and the nights were filled with parties and celebrations, while the idea of saving seemed as distant as a storm on a sunny day. However, as in any story, the wind of fortune changed. When lean times came, they did so silently at first, like small clouds on the horizon that soon turned into a devastating storm. Bills that were once easily paid began to weigh heavily. Dreams of consumption gave way to sleepless nights, and security that was once so robust collapsed like a sandcastle. The truth turned out to be harsh. Many were not prepared. The future, previously ignored in favor of the present, demanded a high price for financial negligence. It is a story that is repeated through generations. The euphoria of good times often masks the need for planning. Few remember to save what they can for the unexpected, to invest wisely so that their resources grow and offer a safe haven in times of difficulty. However, history also offers us a guide to avoid such pitfalls. In the Bible, there are powerful lessons about financial management. The story of Joseph, for example, tells of 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. Under his leadership, Egypt prospered, not just because there was wealth, but because he understood the need to prepare for times of scarcity. During the prosperous years, he stored grain in barns, ensuring there was enough to survive the difficult years. This welfare principle is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. He reminds us that moments of abundance are opportunities to plant the seeds of future security. Saving is not a deprivation, but an act of wisdom. Investing is an act of trust in the future, and above all, balance is essential. Enjoying the present without compromising the ability to face what is to come. By looking at the past and learning from it, we can transform our relationship with money. We can prepare for the ups and downs of economic life, not as an act of fear, but as a celebration of responsibility and wisdom. And in doing so, we ensure that our stories are filled with not just moments of fleeting joy, but lasting peace, no matter what storms may loom on the horizon. Jews study the Torah and Talmud, but especially the Torah, which includes stories like Joseph. They learn to follow a financial management system called the Rule of Thirds. This ancient method is based on the idea of dividing money into 3 equal parts. The first part is allocated to the economy, following the principle of social security taught in sacred scriptures. The second part is reinvested in the business to keep it thriving and generating more profits. Finally, the third part is invested in properties or land. The choice to invest in land is due to its stable nature in the face of inflation, unlike money which tends to lose value over time. This practice not only guarantees a financial reserve for difficult times, but also encourages sustainable growth and the preservation of family assets over generations. Like many of you, I faced a challenging financial situation that shook my bones. I felt lost, aimless, not knowing where to start to reverse the situation. It was in this moment of uncertainty that I decided to take a step into the unknown and seek guidance from the wisdom of those who had already walked this path successfully. The feeling of being adrift financially can be overwhelming and paralyzing, but it was precisely in this chaotic scenario that I found the necessary motivation to begin my journey in search of knowledge and personal growth. Every financial difficulty can be seen as an opportunity for learning and evolution. This is how I began a process of transformation in my financial life. seeking to absorb valuable lessons that would allow me to not only overcome adversity, but also prosper in the long term. Change begins when we decide to act, when we choose to learn from past mistakes and launch ourselves towards a more solid and promising financial future. I realized that to achieve financial success, it was essential to seek out mentors who had already walked the path to wealth. These successful people not only gave me practical knowledge about investing and finance, but they also shared with me the importance of maintaining a continuous growth mindset. Learning from those who achieved prosperity was not just about gaining trading tips, but also about absorbing the ethical principles and values that guided them on their journeys to financial abundance. This exchange of experiences and wisdom proved fundamental to my own financial transformation and inspired me to move forward towards my goals of wealth and economic stability. By diving deeper into the entrepreneurial essence of the biblical narratives, it is possible to identify a consistent pattern of important figures involved in entrepreneurial activities. Abraham, considered the father of the faith, not only struggled to establish his family and community, but also developed a remarkable cattle ranching empire, demonstrating his ability to manage and expand his resources with cunning and determination. Moses, the undisputed leader of the Hebrew people, did not limit himself to leading his people to freedom. He also managed the logistical needs of a wandering desert nation with impressive efficiency and organization. The business trajectory of Bezalel, a talented craftsman tasked with building the tabernacle, illustrates how professional excellence can be a reflection of spiritual devotion. Each biblical account reveals valuable nuances about the intersection between faith and work, highlighting that the search for material success should not be dissociated from the moral and spiritual principles that guide the decisions and actions of individuals committed to a greater purpose. The story of King David is an inspiring journey of overcoming and rising to power. Initially, David lived as a simple shepherd, taking care of sheep in the midst of the hills of Bethlehem. His life changed drastically when he was chosen by God to be anointed as the next king of Israel, succeeding Saul. The path to the throne was not easy for David, facing numerous challenges and trials along the way. His courage in facing the giant Goliath with just a sling and 5 stones demonstrated his unshakable faith and trust in divine protection. After defeating Goliath, David began to gain recognition and popularity among the people of Israel, arousing Saul's envy and anger. Even in the face of Saul's attempts to eliminate him, David remained faithful to God and acted wisely in all situations. His friendship with Jonathan, Saul's son, reveals the depth of his interpersonal ties and his loyalty to those around him. After Saul's death in battle against the Philistines, David took the throne as king of Israel. His reign was marked by impressive military conquests, territorial expansion, and a deep sense of justice and compassion towards his people. The story of King David teaches us valuable lessons about leadership, unwavering faith in God, and perseverance in the face of adversity. When we examine the biblical passages related to financial prosperity, we come across a rich treasure of teachings about the relationship between faith, work, and wealth. The Bible not only provides practical guidance on managing material resources, but also highlights the importance of a balanced mindset regarding money. The teachings contained in the scriptures highlight the responsibility of each individual to use financial resources wisely and generously, recognizing that true prosperity goes beyond the mere accumulation of material goods. The parables and stories present in the Bible offer a diverse panorama of experiences related to wealth and success, showing that true abundance is linked to moral integrity, solidarity with others, and gratitude for the blessings received. Biblical records reveal a fascinating distribution of verses dedicated to different themes, reflecting the diversity and depth of the messages contained in the scriptures. Surprisingly, while approximately 500 verses address issues related to prayer and another 500 are devoted to faith, more than 2,350 verses are devoted to the topic of money. This undeniable emphasis on financial issues highlights the importance of money not only as a means of exchange, but also as a fundamental aspect of everyday life and the management of material resources. The wealth of teachings present in sacred texts about the prudent management of money, generosity towards those in need, and responsibility in the administration of material goods highlights the timeless relevance of these lessons, in guiding our conduct and our financial choices. The depth with which the scriptures address the topic of money highlights the wisdom contained in biblical stories and parables, inviting us to reflect on our relationship with economic issues and seek inspiration from divine guidance to achieve a balance between material prosperity and spiritual values. During times of plenty, the wisdom gained over the years was put to the test. The rule of thirds revealed itself not only as a method of prudent financial management, but as a lifestyle that prepared the individual to face periods of scarcity with resilience and determination. The discipline of saving part of the earnings, investing another part in business growth, and allocating the third part to the acquisition of properties proved to be fundamental in the face of economic adversities. History has taught that just as lean cows followed fat cows in the biblical account, difficult times can arrive unexpectedly, requiring preparation and prudence in the management of resources. The lesson learned from the Bible's lessons on the rule of thirds echoes down the centuries, reminding us of the importance of a balanced and responsible approach to money. By exploring the riches of biblical teachings on financial prosperity, we are led on a journey of discovery and reflection on the role of money in our lives. The Bible not only guides us on the importance of prayer and faith, but also reveals valuable lessons about generating, managing, and growing our material wealth. The relevance of the approximately 2,350 verses dedicated to the topic of money highlights the intrinsic connection between spirituality and financial management in our lives. By recognizing that the scriptures provide a practical guide to achieving material prosperity with integrity and generosity, we can draw on the ancient wisdom contained within the sacred pages to build a solid financial future aligned with our deepest values. We close this video with a powerful reflection. Financial prosperity, when guided by biblical principles, goes far beyond simply accumulating wealth. It's about living with purpose, integrity, and generosity. May we apply these lessons to our journey, remembering that true success lies in balancing spiritual values with good management of material resources. Thank you for following us. Subscribe to the channel and see you next time.